Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 9 in the global version on Android, and today we're gonna be having a look and driving this beauty right here, the Lamborghini Invincible, which I still have to hear how people are gonna pronounce it with the English pronunciation, Invencible, but the word is in Spanish, it's Invencible, either way. So, we're gonna be driving this in the showcase event in which you're able to drive this car at golden stats, meaning as upgraded as it can possibly get. And you can see that I've already done it. I'm already in 5%. I will never reach 1%. I'm not that good of a player. But let's have a look at this beauty. Now, I already made a video talking about the stats of this car, and in general the patch notes, link should be appearing in the top right, but let's go real quick over the stats. It is a Class B car of 5 stars, it's obviously the Legend Pass car, so I should be able to get it to 2 stars, and if I get, or you get the Legend Pass a second time in the next season, you probably can take it to 4 stars. So anyway, at golden stats, the top speed is not particularly fast, but I would say it's pretty average for Class B. Acceleration is where this thing basically, as far as I know, this is probably the best acceleration in Class B at the moment, beating even the Sesto Elemento. I believe so. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so. As far as handling and nitro, they're okay good. They're not okay mid, they're okay good. Nothing outstanding in the nitro department, so it's not like a Hurricane or something like that, but it should still be a pretty good car. In fact, the top, the maximum rank of the car is very similar to that of the Hurricane, if not the same. Is it the same? I don't know. Close enough. So yes, this should be sort of a competition to that, but before we go into the race, let's have a quick look at the car, because in case you don't know what this car is about, this is one of the last 2 V12 one-off cars that Lamborghini is doing with the Aventador platform. And they have said that, oh, this is the Ultima was the last V12, and then this is the last, and that other is the last. Supposedly this, along with its twin, let's say, the Authentica, it's literally the last 2. And again, they're one-off, so there's only one of this and one of the other one. Now, the design of this car, and by the way, the Authentica is the same car, just in roadster version. But the design of this car, I mean, it's very much, you know, a mixture of different cars. You can see the front reminds a little bit of Aventador, though this housing right here makes me think a little bit of Cyan, maybe a little bit of Huracan Technica. For example, if we look at the back side, this vents along with the wing shape. In general, it's very reminiscent of the Sesto Elemento. The taillights are in a different arrangement, but it's the same taillights that they use for the Countach LPI. So yeah, you can see a lot of Lambo influence over here. Same thing with the scoop. Well, not a scoop. This section over here, kind of similar to that of the Cyan or the Countach LPI. So yeah, it is a beautiful car. And in this game, it does come with a bunch of color options. We have it in red. We got it on black, matte black, we got it on blue, orange, dual tone orange. So yeah, I do like the fact that it does have quite a bit of colors, but again, being Asphalt 9, it also means that you will eventually be able to select custom colors. I can't right now because I don't have it at 2 stars yet, but we'll get to that point. So without further ado, let's do the race. And of course, this is in the new map in Norway? Is that what it is? I forgot already. Oh man. But yeah, it is an interesting spot to explore a little bit this map. It's a cool map. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Oh, you know what? Give me a second. Okay, there we go. I just needed to adjust my controls because they were a little bit weird. That's why I didn't brake for that turn, and then I messed this one up. So this is, by the way, the destructible things that they have added in this game lately, in this last update. To this point, there's only been 2 things that are destructible in that way. Ah! Don't mind me, I don't know the map very well yet. It's those spinny thingies, and then there's gonna be some crates, although I'm not sure if in this version of the map that's gonna be noticeable. But real quick, talking about the car, you may notice that the engine sound that they gave to this isn't it the classic Lamborghini V12 that they give to, well, a bunch of Lamborghinis and then to another cars, I don't know why, but whatever. So nothing special in that sense. This whole section is bonkers, look at this. A little bit of a jump, it pushes you, another big jump. I would say normally like, oh, probably top speed cars over here can get a ton of the speed, and yeah, they can. But I recently drove the Vel 16, don't worry, there's a video coming about that car-ish, kind of, soonish in the channel. But anyway, and man, that thing is crazy. But anyway, that is the first race. We're gonna redo this race, just change the color so that I can explore a bit further, and we get to enjoy this car a bit more. Alright, here we go. Now, you know that I'm a big fan of orange cars, so you can blame me for this. But, yeah, so It is, so far, at least in this track, I haven't had too much of an opportunity to really measure up the, let's say, the drifting capabilities of this car, which is obviously one thing that is going to matter quite a bit. And why did I come again on this? Well, I guess because I wanted to look at the, what do you call this thing? I don't know, I don't quite know the word. If you know what's the word for what those things are called, let me know in the comments, because I totally forgot. And by the way, if you play Asphalt 8, doesn't this remind you a little bit of French Guyana? It certainly does for me. That whole section that I just did, that turn, totally reminds me of French Guyana. In general, the spacey situation and, you know, I don't know, the rocket flying, it has a lot of French Guyana vibe to me. That, not to say that that's a bad thing or anything, but hey. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't know exactly how this car performs, because again, this is a very peculiar track, something different in fact. Even though it does have some turns, because obviously any track needs to have some turns, otherwise it's just a straight line and that gets a little boring. It's not a super hyper technical track. In fact, this seems to be much more oriented for top speed cars, which is, I would say, very welcome, given that a lot of the tracks that Game Loft has added, I don't know, for the last I don't know how many updates, they tend to be very, very, very much about being twisty and all of that. Whoa, these camera angles are kind of bad. So it's kind of interesting to see them again coming to top speed oriented tracks, and for the same reason, like I said, it doesn't give this car too much of an opportunity for me to figure out how good or bad it is at drifting. And even though I already own it, I only have it at 1 star, so it's not like I can make much of that information. And while we're here, might as well try the Festive Spark Season Showcase, in which you get to acquire some tokens if you have the required cars. Obviously, one of the cars is going to be the Lamborghini Invincible, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat this race with the Invincible at 1 star, but I shall try. So let me pick this thing at 1 star. Oh, I haven't even finished upgrading it. All right, let me do that. I feel a little bad that I haven't done it. Oh, look at that. I might as well be doing my daily goals, huh? All right, oh. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to get this car to 4 stars. In fact, you can see that I have, what, like almost 15,000 tokens. I'm kind of considering spending some of those in getting it to the last star if there's packs for this car being sold at some point, because so far there's no packs for it, so, well, we'll see. Oh, look at that. This is actually in a different track. I thought it was going to be also in Norway. Ah, Jesus, I keep forgetting where the new map is. So I know that you guys, by the time I'm releasing this video, you guys have already played with the Revuelto 16 in multiplayer. What was your opinion on the car? Because man, let me tell you, I did record some races, though it doesn't have commentary because I could only do 3 races at a time, because you know how this game works. So there's no commentary, but I'm gonna make another video with it. Either way, I played with that car, but holy moly, was it difficult for me to ever try to get to top speed. In fact, I don't think I was ever able to get to top speed on that car on the ground. Yeah, on the air. On the air, I was able to do it, but on the ground it was impossible, so I don't know what to make of that. Well, again, I'm driving this car, by the way, at 1 star, so it's not like this drift right now tells me anything, alright? This is a 1 star drift, so it's obviously never going to be all that great. But yeah, the Revuelto 16, it's definitely a weird car. First of all, it has, it looks like it should have active aero, meaning that little spoiler that should come up depending on the speed and the braking situation and whatnot, but in this game it doesn't have it, so I don't know. But it's a very long car. I did end up having a situation where I couldn't do some flat spins because my car was too dummy thick. Is that still a thing? Oh man, that dates me a little bit, huh? It's a bit dummy thick, and it was crashing, or rather hitting walls, because simply the car was so long. But anyway, alright, yeah, look at that. 1 star, and I was still able to get first place, so that's gonna be some decent amount of tokens. Thank you very much. Oh yeah. Lovely, very lovely. And just to suffer a little bit, I decided to try the car at 1 star in multiplayer. We're in Ghost Season, so maybe it'll have a little bit of an opportunity to not always finish in last place, but at 1 star, oof, I don't know. And by the way, I did check, and no, actually it is a little, it's like 100 points. The maximum rank of this thing, it's like 100 points under that of the Hurricane Evo. Is that? No, not 100 points. What am I saying? Like, Jesus Christ. No, not 100 points, like 20 points under the maximum rank of the Hurricane. So it's pretty close. It's a little bit under the Hurricane, but still not by much. So I have some fuel. Let's see what my poor thing can do. But actually, let me change the color because, of course, might as well look at something different. Fine, I'll drive one like this. You know that I don't like cars in black color, but I'll do it just for you. So, okay, to be completely honest, I don't expect great results over here, but you know, might as well drive it. I gotta use it. It's just a little bit annoying that there's no way for me to start it up, but I should probably just wait until this entire season ends, though it's a long season, which is normally a good thing. It's what, like a 6-week season as opposed to 4, and then after that we're gonna get the other season, so it's still a long time before I can take this car to 4-star and drive it like that. But don't worry, once I get it there, you bet that I'm gonna be making another video, since it will be like in 2 months from now. Then I would definitely have left enough time in between the videos so that it doesn't seem like, oh my god, DBT is driving this car again. Yes, I will be, okay? Can't help it. It's alright, I'm not dead last, but it's not like I'm doing great either way. I wonder what's behind me. Was that a hurricane? That looked for a second like a hurricane to me, but that can't be. Well, to be fair, in this game, a lot of the cars, even if you have them only at 1 star, they're still not... Obviously, they can go faster, right? You can still upgrade the top speed. But even at 1 star, they have they're really close to the top speed that they will eventually reach, you know, once they have been successfully upgraded. So, I don't know, it's sort of a good thing if you can build the speed, because look at that, 5th place, not too bad for a car at 1 star. I'm more interested in seeing what I managed to beat. Oh, look at that, 2 Grand Sports, considerably higher rank, and a McLaren GT, which is Class C, but then again, it's from the top of the Class C, so I take that as a W, I think. Yeah, sure. All right, let's see what we can do over here in New York. And I brought it this time in green. This green always makes me think of Hurricane. Is that the famous Verde Scandal color from Lamborghini? I'm not 100% sure, but it would make sense, wouldn't it? But anyway, let's see what we can do this time. I see an Acura, another Acura, 2 Grand Sports, and what is that? That's a Hurricane. Okay, well, I don't expect amazing results, but we shall try nonetheless. So yeah, what I was saying is that in general, it would seem to me that probably once you fully upgrade a car, or rather the difference from when a car is, let's say, at 1 star to when it is at max stars, the difference in top speed can be probably like, I don't know, maybe 20 kilometers an hour, which obviously it is a pretty, maybe even less than that. I don't know, let's say 15 kilometers an hour of difference, which it's obviously a very considerable amount of speed. But I'm used to something like Asphalt 8, where a car basically stock, it can go like 50, 60, 70 kilometers slower than its pro'd out version. So yes, that's why over here, like, oh yeah, it still goes pretty fast. You just gotta hope that your acceleration holds a little bit, that you can control your nitro, and hopefully you will get a decent result. But over here I'm in dead last, so I'm not sure that this is working out as I wanted it. Although to be fair, in this game, acceleration, well, I guess in any game, acceleration is very important, but over here it does play a pretty interesting part. And well, acceleration at stock, that's where you're probably gonna have some issues. That's okay. Look, it's at 1 star, okay? So, man, even the Acuras beat me. Oh boy. To be fair, the Acuras aren't bad cars. See, now I'm trying to justify myself. Alright, so yes, everything beat me. It's fine. Look at that. There were 3 Hurricane Spiders, 2 Acuras, F12, and a Grand Sport. Okay, next race will be better, I promise you that. I hope. Oh boy, we're back here. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. I got a decent result in this track last time, so maybe it'll be good over here. Though I see a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, an Apollo IE. Oof. I even feared that Pininfarina. Oh well, it's. Oh, is that a TSRS at the back? Oh Jesus. Okay. Well, listen. This is not to determine if this is a good car or not. This is just to enjoy the car. You see, it's not that I'm trying to get a good result over here. It's just to look at my car in baby blue color, because why not? Nah, but for real, I will be very much looking forward to driving this car. I also like the fact that it's a 5-star car, because that means it has 4 fuel, as opposed to how it originally, when it was revealed, it looked like it was going to be a 6-star car, and I'm like, oh my god, it's going to be another car with 3 fuel. Because obviously when you are paying for the Legend Pass and you have the extra fuel, well, it's not a big problem, right? Because you get extra fuel anyway. And suddenly having a car that used to have 3 fuel and now it has 5, 6, even 7 fuel, and like, oh, that's fantastic, that's great. That's all I wanted to drive it. But Since I regularly, generally speaking, I don't get the Legend Pass in the Android version anymore. I get it on the Switch, but not on Android, because generally speaking, there's not a lot for me to do on Android. You know that I'm more invested on the Switch version for the many reasons that I've explained a bunch of times. But either way, so yeah, I don't normally have the Legend Pass. Right now I did get it, obviously, because it was important for me to get the newest Lambo, and the fact that it was an easy Lambo to acquire in that way, well, the better for me. But yeah, if it had been a 6-star car with 3 fuel, oh man, I would have absolutely hated it. Simply because, oh great, I can do 3 races and then that's it. Well, look at that, I got a 4th place, let's go baby! Lamborghini kind of power, middling result with a 1-star car, which is actually a very good result, let's go! What was I racing against? Well, I did see him. I got defeated by a Corvette, the IE, the Zembo, but I did beat the Acura, 488 GTV, 911 GT3 RS. How did this get such a low result? That's surprising to me. Ooh, that's a lot of credits. Okay, maybe not a lot of credits, but it's a decent amount of credits given my general result, so it's fine. So, alright, that's cool. And since I mentioned this car and I already run out of fuel for the Invencible, might as well drive that other newer Lambo in this game. Of course, I'm talking about the Revuelto, which I managed to get already at 5 stars, which is pretty impressive in terms of, you know, having a Class B elite car at 5 stars. That's pretty cool, because that means a decent bunch of tokens every however many weeks. And, you know, might as well drive it. This is definitely fast. This is what I was saying. This is a hybrid. Granted, it is a hybrid, but it's still, the top speed is very similar to that of Class A cars, which is the one that they give to V12s for Lamborghinis. But I don't know why specifically for the Invencible, which again, imagine it in performance, it should be probably on par with the Lamborghini Super Veloce in terms of top speed, considering that it's a much newer car, and yeah, it does have some aero to it, but still. So I don't know why they made it slow in this game, but you know what, I'm not complaining. The fact that it's not a car that I had, you know, to spend 40,000 tokens to get it to a decent spot, that's good enough for me. Now granted, it does require money, but you know that cars that are Legend Pass cars will eventually return as a legendary hunt, which still requires the Legend Pass, and probably in a year from now, it's gonna come in a regular car hunt at some point. So don't worry, you will eventually be able to get the car, so you'll be fine. And something, for example, like this, the Revuelto, you won't unless they do another event where you can get the key. But either way, Revuelto power, baby! Yeah, so I just wanted to drive a little bit of Lamborghini. Like I said, it was mainly about the Invencible, just because I wanted to test it out. And now we know that at 1 star, it's not a particularly great car, but you know what? I cannot blame it. It's still a beautiful car, and I'm happy to have another Lambo. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and by the way, thanks to everybody that has subscribed, because we finally reached the 10,000 subscribers, and I'm so happy about it. It means there's going to be a 12-hour stream soon, so stay tuned. But that's all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.